Hello and welcome back. All right, so the next thing, I took the doors off. The doors that were fit on there, I just took the nut off the bottom of the hinges and just lifted the door right up and off. Makes it a little bit easier to put it back on for next time when I go to alignment. So the next part that needs to be fixed is this part of the chassis is already painted and fixed. The back part, roughly about here, towards the back, is done. So what I have next to do, this is where the rear floor is and the seats. That's where I stopped painting. You can see it right there where it's all black with black paint right here. So I stopped there. So then on the front, I stopped about right there where all that paint splattered. So the next step is I have to replace the B pillar right here because it is all rusted away. And also see this piece here, which is the door sill or whatever that holds it. The bottom of the door is supposed to go over here, go underneath the seat, and go up to here and bolt in right there. So this part actually fell off while I was taking bolts out, and this part's still sitting there. So the B pillar needs replaced. I already have all the panels and I have the new sill. And also the C pillar, I'm going to be replacing this as well. It comes up to about here or whatever. But you'll see that in later videos. But anyway, so the step is that I got to take out the seat box. So underneath the seat box, there's a bolt here holding it and a bolt over there. And on the back, there are tons of these bolts to go across, but none of these bolts were actually in here. None of them were even in there. There was one bolt right here sitting, and there was one bolt over here. These two were in there, and these two in the front. So I got them all loose, all the bolts. They're ready to go. I have to take the emergency brake off, but the seat is ready to be taken up and out. Alrighty. I'm going to take the emergency brake off next. Alright, so I got the seat box out, and boy does it open up the whole chassis area quite a bit. And you can see here where it all needs to be cleaned up. And this is part of the reason why I bought it, is that this center part is all solid through here. All in through there and underneath by the back seat here. This is all pretty solid. I don't think, right now, fingers crossed, I might not need to weld anything in this area, but as I wire wheel and I clean everything up, we shall see or whatever, you know. Okay, so the emergency brake was right here, the arm, and then it was bolted here to this bracket and bolted over to this bracket, and then it had an arm that comes down to here that actuates the actual emergency brake, which is right here. It's a drum brake. And so that was all rusted up completely, so I thought I could just take the handle off, but that didn't happen. So I had to take the whole assembly off, which was fine because then it gives me a good chance to clean it all up and get it working. So, all right, so you can see, here's the transmission. 4-speed transmission goes into a transfer case where you get your 4-wheel drive, high, low, and all that kind of stuff. There's another handle here. You can see the clutch slave cylinder there. But I'm going to scrape and clean all this up as I'm going. And then I'm going to replace the seals. This is leaking the drum and everything else. So I'm going to replace some seals on this as well and clean this all up. Wire wheel all of this. I think I'm going to do a hold down for the brakes and or whatever going back. But once I got the seat box out, which is now sitting over there with a blanket on it, I can't believe how open the whole thing is. Like the whole... You could get in there, and it's actually in the repair manual to how to take your transmission out is to take the seat box off and your floorboards and everything, and then lift it up and out this way. But okay, enough babbling on. So the plan of attack. So what do we got to fix? Like I mentioned just a little bit ago, we got the B pillar, the C pillar, and this piece here. It goes all the way to here. So my plan so far is this piece here, which is a brace that goes all the way across. It's bolted to the chassis here and here, and actually right there as well. but this is for the door check. But I'm gonna leave that off. But anyways, so I'm gonna leave that bolted, this bolted, and then this brace that goes across, I'm gonna leave this all bolted as well. So none of this is gonna be moving when I unbolt this to cut it off, because this piece is gonna go to about here's the outside repair panel piece. That's gonna go right here. So I'm gonna cut up pretty high, but it'll be enough that I should be able to bolt to that brace with these 4 bolts. And with this brace holding it in place, it shouldn't move. I don't think it'll move. It shouldn't move too much. And then I'll take a measurement from there as well over to here, just to make sure everything's in line. And do then I'll be able to line that up with the piece that's going to come across. You'll see in the next video. But and then the seat pillar as well. So all 3 of these are going to have to be installed at the same time in order for me to line up and get everything in the right place. So the next step is I'm going to cut off the B pillar. This is actually a step. It's supposed to be right here. You hold step to get you up in, but it's long gone. So I'm going to cut those off. Cut it off here and here. Cut this all off because I'm not going to be using any of it. So all right, so that's my plan of attack so far. So let me start cutting those pieces off. I'll be back. Okay, so here's the B pillar, and now that everything's gone and out of the way, now you can really see. This was the B pillar. It's supposed to be down to here, actually, coming across. You can see this is the kind I cut this with so I can cut the door hinge off. But still, this was all rusted away. These are the kind of things you find in the background behind. Like this is all gone. This is the nut was actually one rusted solid piece. If I could find a piece of it, it must have shot away. But the nut itself was actually just rusted and all together to this assembly here. So you can see these are the kind of things you don't see. The seat was sitting like this. You don't even see that rust behind there. So then you move the seat, you move everything around, and there's where you see all the rust. But whenever, as I was laying down underneath the Rover, I could always look up and I could see all this was rusted away. So this will be all replaced. So then I took off the side step is gone. That center piece is gone. And you can see here, see how this is supposed to come down as well. It's all missing. We're taking these bolts out here. Gonna use that for alignment as well for the C pillar. But yeah, you can see how kind of, you don't see things if you don't look at certain things when you're looking at cars. Sometimes the rusted pieces are gone and you don't think, oh, it's not too bad, until you really start digging in, and then you find that it's pretty bad. All right, so next step is I'm going to take these bolts off. I'm going to line up the new panel and make a line to cut it. Okay, so I took the bolts out, these 4 bolts. Then this whole assembly kind of went boop and moved down a little bit. So it must be the roof up there. Everything is bolted together on a Rover, so nothing's really exact. So when this moved, the whole roof lifted and moved it down or whatever. It dropped down. No matter, even if it was attached over there, it still doesn't matter. So what I did is I took a long piece of wood and a couple other pieces, and I kind of moved it around so these holes now line back up again here and here and here. So I keep talking about the repair panels, but I'm not showing them to you. So here it is. This is the sill piece right here. And I got these all from YRM in the UK, and they make all the pieces for series trucks and Land Rovers. So far, just the same as the door pillars I got from them, and the Footwells and all those, but the little specialty pieces I got off the Welding Wood, another company. But YRM sold all these pieces here. So then I ordered all these as well. So I got it for driver side and passenger side. So anyways, the seal piece goes along here, and that's the piece that bolts up to here with this little plate. Has a, again, you order it with it. It comes with the center. Comes with this. Has a little nut plate. So you use that to bolt it to here. That goes across underneath your B pillar, then underneath your C pillar here. So that's one long piece that goes the whole way across. Your B pillar, which is here, it's a two-piece set. You have your front piece here, and this is the back piece. So this will be welded to the back of it. You can see it comes with bolts already. There's nut plates inside there that go for these ones here. So those are already welded in. There's spacers here for the door hinges. And then this in the back here, so you can put your other door hinge. Well, this goes up to here. This is an extra space here. But anyway, so that's the back part of that, and this is the front part. So then you have your C pillar, which is right here, this part. So this again comes into two pieces. You have your outer piece and your inner piece, and this has where it has the two bolts that bolt to your back floor pan or your back cargo area to line things up. You can see them. They're right there as well. So I can line it up with that and go from there. So this piece here, okay, so those are the panels from there and there. They go around where I'm gonna be welding in here. Okay, so in order to fix the C pillar here, you have to take this outer part of the body, which is actually, it's pop riveted in with right onto the C pillar. So here it is. So I actually already drilled it out, and that was nerve-wracking. Let me show you now. Very nerve-wracking. So I got them out, and it basically just slides right off. It's just one piece of aluminum, and you can see where it goes right in here and over. Slide that right over there to hold it to the side. So now I can get to the two pieces like that right here. So this is your outside piece here, and this is your inside piece. So I'm going to line up the body panels and mount in these, and mount the seal panel, and start maybe lining stuff up, put some panels in. So that'll be it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. I know I babbled and it was a long one this time, but thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, comment below. Thank you very much. Alrighty, bye-bye.